I hit on a 19-year-old at a bar and grill. They shut me down, called me R. Kelly. Was I out of line? I'm 31 and a few weeks out of a long breakup. I felt empty and stuck. My buddy took me to a downtown bar and grill to get me out of my head. It wasn't a nightclub. Families ate. Music was low. Anyone could come in. We grabbed a booth near a group of girls with a cake that had a big 19 on it. Staff sang. They clapped. My buddy leaned in and said, "Leave them alone. They look young." I said they were adults. He rolled his eyes and said I wasn't ready to talk to anyone. I told him I needed to try, or I'd never stop thinking about my ex. He sighed and said he'd wing it for 2 minutes and bail if it got weird. We walked over. I said happy birthday. She said thanks. They smiled the way people smile when a stranger is polite, then turned back to their food. I stayed. I tried a joke about the cake. I said the place had good fries. They nodded. I asked where they were from. They gave short answers. I said my name. They said, "Nice to meet you." My buddy tugged my sleeve. I told him to give me a second. I kept talking. I said I was 31. The birthday girl glanced at her friend. Someone said they were 19. The air changed. I said, "We're all adults here." They went quiet. One said, "Thanks, have a good night." Another added, "Bye." I laughed like we were still friendly and asked if they wanted a drink or to sing in the back room. My buddy cleared his throat. I heard my own voice filling the quiet. I asked how old they were, then told them my age like that would help. Faces went blank. Two of them angled their shoulders away and started a side chat about a class. A server walked by and gave me a quick look I pretended not to see. The birthday girl tried again. She said, "Okay, have a good night," and pushed a small plate toward me. It had a slice of their cake. I said thanks, and without thinking, I sat on the open edge of their booth. I said, "The night's not over yet." Two of them went stiff. One pulled her purse closer. My buddy said he'd grab us another table and walked away. I tried to recover. I said I was just being friendly. I asked what they were studying. Someone said nursing and looked at her phone. I asked the birthday girl what she wanted to do now that she was an adult. She said, "Finish my dinner." I said I remembered being 19. I talked about my ex without meaning to. The words kept coming. I couldn't stop talking. One girl finally snapped. She said, "Read the room, man." I heard the word creep under a cough. I said I wasn't being weird and that I wasn't old. Someone at the far end said, "Why are you still standing here?" The birthday girl said, "We're not interested." I stood up, but then I said, "You don't have to be rude." My voice came out louder than I planned. That was when one of them said, "Take a hint, R. Kelly." It hit like a slap. I said, "Excuse me?" She said I should